All right. It's the Spinnin Backfist MMA show. It is Robbie Fox, Big Ev, Jack Mack, and Brian T. City Ortega. Almost feels like deja vu. You're here talking about another fight with Diego Lopez, but it's bigger and better this time around. It's at the Sphere. It's also Mexican Independence Day. Are you excited to see what the UFC has planned? Do you know what they have planned yet? Do you know what's going to be on the screens? Like, what's your mindset like going into this?
They gave us a little bit of a description, but nothing can compare to actually being there and seeing it. And I don't think I'm allowed to really fully speak about it. I'm not too sure. At least that's what I was told the day we're filming. But it's gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be crazy.
Can you just tell us kind of just what happened with the weight cut and everything? Obviously, you took it last minute. Just kind of the way everything unfolded from your point of view.
Yeah, man. So right off the bat, I dove into a crazy diet. I was 178. Yeah, crazy diet, bunch of sweating, a bunch of just. The whole camp was just a weight cut. It was a 2-week weight cut, and if you know anyone who's fighting, and they're kind of like in a bad mood during like the weight cut, that was me for 2 weeks straight. And then as I got closer to the fight, yeah, I just didn't feel like myself, but I was pushing through. Then eventually, when my body gave out, I couldn't do nothing. I called the UFC. We switched to the 155. And then hydrated. I thought I was gonna be good again. Then the fever kicked in, and then just not wanting to leave bed kicked in, and I was so confused. And I was trying to figure it out. And we bought some tests and some thermometers and this and that, and they're like, "Yeah, bro, I think you're sick." Then we came to the conclusion, figured it out. Shot me with a B12 shot, some cold brew coffee. We're like, "Bro, let's just get you enough energy to get out of bed and get to the arena. And then once you step in the cage, then adrenaline will kick in and you'll be able to do what you do." I couldn't get out of bed. And now I just had a good conversation with the UFC and let them know where I'm at. And they're just like, "No, dude, we wouldn't want that, nor do we recommend that." And, you hear a lot of things about them not caring for fighters and saying, just, "We don't care what you're going through." This time they showed concern, and as an athlete, I appreciated that. And they said, "We see what we can do." They called Ige, and then that fight happened.
What do you? Honestly, what are you thinking as like you're seeing like Ige stepping in like 3 hours notice? Like, where I know you obviously you're really sick. Like, are you actively thinking about that? Is someone just like kind of telling you that, or are you like watching on TV?
I put it on in the hotel room, and then I was just, like there's this feeling where it's like, dude, that should be me right now. That's just what I was feeling the whole time. I'm like, man, that should be me. And then you look out the room of the hotel and you can see the damn arena, and you're like, it's going on in here, and I can see it on TV, and my ass should be in there, but I'm not because of this. And then you look down on your phone and you just see all the hate, obviously, pouring out. And it was interesting, man. It was interesting. It was a midst of, damn, I wish, or I could have. And then it's like, no, you made the right choice, bro. Like, really, like, be honest with yourself. Had you walk in there, you probably would have got your ass kicked, and everyone would be like, yeah, Ortega's watched Boohoo, Kickbox, go on to something else, or whatever it is. But now that it's over with, I feel like I made peace with it.
100%. With all the hate that comes online, I even saw in your most recent post where you're just dancing around. It was obviously just like a fun go lucky video. Even people in the comments there were saying like, "Oh, this means Diego's going to win in 1, Diego's going to win in 2." How do you deal? I know some fighters don't even look at their comments. I know you're someone that even goes through and even likes them. So how do you react to kind of like, obviously you could say, "Oh, this guy's just a nobody, he's a loser," but is there a specific reaction you have to hate comments or no?
Recently, I have. There's a verse in the Bible in Matthew chapter 7, verse 3 to 5. It says, "Remove the sawdust out of your, or don't judge the speck of sawdust in someone's eye before moving the log in yours. Which basically is just saying don't be a hypocrite, all right? Don't go in there and try to criticize someone when you have a lot about yourself that you got to work on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what just helps me get through it and then try to understand it. People are always going to talk. They're always going to say something, and that's just it's what it is, bro. At the end of the day, I have fun with my life. I have fun with my career. I have a job. I get to work. My children, my family are well taken care of, and their dad is present in their life. So on my side over here, things are good. And the hate, you just deal with it, bro. You just realize that we're living in a world that even they went against Jesus. What makes you think they're not gonna go against you?
Yep.
It must be tough. Obviously, MMA, we know it's like whatever way the wind blows with fans. Sometimes it's just they move that way. And I know you probably can't say much. You said you can't say much about the production of the pay-per-view itself, but can you say if you have anything special planned for the walkout this time around? Because your Purge walkout was a fan favorite.
Well, I thought about the Purge walkout, but it's Mexican Independence Day, so I don't think it was gonna go with
No,
like
not like that.
with the theme, right? And then I just dove right into camp that, bro, I didn't even pay attention to it. Usually they tell me your walkout song the week of the fight, and I give it to them. This time it was asked prior to a month prior. I know I was the last one to turn in a walkout song. Everyone was kind of upset with me on the delay of that, and I thought, I was like, dude, what's the big deal? Like, it's just a song. But I guess the production for the Sphere is like, bro, no, it's not. Like, we need to get this right. So I let some people down on that one. But yeah, I was sparring. My manager was like, bro, you pick a damn song now, and I'm not gonna let you enter the round until you do. And I was like, bro, how you gonna do this right now? Are you serious? Like, all this pressure, and I'm like worried about getting punched in like 30 seconds. So I went with the song that I liked, that kind of resembled what's going on, and that was it. It's a dope Mexican song. A lot of people know it, and that's it. But it's nothing crazy. I don't have nothing crazy planned out this time.
How did you feel about Diego Lopez's performance in that fight
Against Dan Ige?
Yeah.
It was good to see what he came with, what he had. Just download a little more data on him. I think the last couple of fights he's been only going to the first round and it's over. So you can't really grasp much of what he does in the later rounds unless you watch the fight against Mosvar or Dan Ige now. So it was good to collect more data on it and get to work.
Are you still working with Dr. Andy Galpin?
Absolutely.
And can you just talk a little bit about how much he's revolutionized your? I know you've been with him for what, 4 years now, 5 years?
4 or 5, yeah.
So I didn't even realize it because recently I saw him like interacting with your posts, and then I was like, oh man, I didn't even realize that they were together. I listened to a podcast when he was talking about you, I think somebody else, maybe Sean. So has that really helped your game? Do you think it's taken you to a next level when you've kind of gotten specific performance coaches that help you with things to make you better?
1000%. When it comes to someone who, his podcast is right there up there with Huberman's, like them two is like the #1 podcast right now.
Yep.
Because of just how much education they have on biohacking and what the body does, and really diving deep into what's under the hood, besides your mental, besides being a fighter, competitor, and an athlete, they're able to break down everything. They're able to put needles in you and take out muscle fibers to see if you're a fast twitch, slow twitch. Like they can pick you apart with just your biology, and then they know how to make you into the best version of you possible. And this guy's collecting all kinds of things such as blood, urine, sweat, feces, putting it under a lab, finding everything out about me, getting all the results, and giving me a full plan on how to make everything better, from your sleep to your diet to your training. This guy has a huge part in what I do, and so does Mike Safai, because him and Mike Safai, my strength and conditioning coach, is basically having like a PI here at home.
And the situation with the weight cut previously, was he involved at all trying to help, or does he not really know that side of the game as much?
He knows that side of the game, but you ask anyone to go from 78 to 45 in 2 weeks,
You can't. Yeah,
bro, you're gonna have some problems. I don't care. I don't
Yeah.
care how, there's just some things that physically is. He even said, he's like, bro, like, can you make it a 150 fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, Brian, like, I love you, but he's like, it's gonna be a tough one, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was tough, bro. It was. He didn't lie. Everyone had their concerns, and clearly, when we missed the weight, we knew we bit off a little more than we can chew, but we tried,
Yep.
Well, I'm glad it got rebooked, especially, like I said, bigger and better atmosphere. It's going to be an awesome card, and it's going to be an awesome fight. I think there's a reason why fans love the matchup so much in the first place. We're excited. Thank you for the time, as always, and hopefully you get home with that phone battery still intact.
Let me see. We're at 3%, so we made it, boys.
Let's go.
We made it.
Now we're going
Good
to
luck.
enjoy these guys right here. I don't know if
Nice.
you can see 'em.
Are those your kids?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Look, but nothing like
guys
digging a hole.
Yeah, we're just digging holes, and we got the super soakers right now. We're about to have some fun.
Oh, okay.
Hell
There
yeah.
we go.
Enjoy.
Come on, bro. You gotta remind them of the super soakers. They don't even know now. Yeah.
All right.
But all right, fellas, you guys have a great day. All right.
Thank you.
Enjoy, you too.
Good luck.
All right.